Welcome to Adam's Sports Show. I'm Adam Green. This is my show. Let's get to some sports stories. The Phoenix Suns got some bad news when they were left with the 5th overall selection via the NBA's draft lottery. But it's not the end of the world. There's always next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. Anyway, the Cavaliers won the 1st overall selection for the 2nd time in 3 seasons, meaning NBA Commissioner David Stern only has to rig the lottery 2 more times to make up for LeBron James bolting town. Of course, no amount of number 1 picks will soften the blow of having to live in Cleveland, but it's the least they can do. Sticking with the NBA, sort of, Michael Jordan announced his Charlotte Bobcats have filed the requisite paperwork with the league to become the Charlotte Hornets because the New Orleans Hornets recently changed their name to the New Orleans Pelicans. It's a lot to digest, but all you need to know is both teams are still really terrible. Rumor has it that the real reason Charlotte has to change its name is because Jordan lost the Bobcats name in a poker game. Moving sports, NFL great Charles Woodson chose to sign a 1-year deal with the Oakland Raiders, which will allow him to retire with the team that drafted him. Hey, Charles, you know they have those 1-day contracts, right? In other football news, Chicago Bears great Brian Urlacher announced his retirement via Twitter, ending a 13-year career that saw him become one of the best linebackers the NFL has ever seen. In a related story, Thomas Jones, whom the Cardinals selected instead of Urlacher back in 2000, announced via Twitter that he has learned how to answer the phone without breaking his hand. Over in golf, Sergio Garcia's feud with Tiger Woods took a turn for the worse when he made what could be perceived as a racist joke. He said, quote, "We will serve fried chicken," in reference to having Woods over for dinner. It seems rather polite to me. It's the least Garcia can do after all the times he's had his lunch handed to him by Tiger. Of course, not surprisingly, Garcia said it was supposed to be a joke and was in no way meant to be taken in a racist manner. But come on, jokes are supposed to be funny. Anyway, although Garcia says he's not racist, the Spaniard did seem to take an unusual amount of pleasure when he heard the Clippers fired Del Negro. Heading to the college ranks, the Arizona baseball team knocked off ASU by a score of 7-6 Sunday to win the 3-game series and the Territorial Cup Series trophy. And so what if it's not the real Territorial Cup trophy, which the Sun Devils won due to their 41-34 football victory, because the one my Wildcats get is much shinier. Switching to baseball, and talking about his last place team, LA Dodgers skipper Don Mattingly said, quote, "All talent and no grit isn't going to get you there." In response, Diamondbacks general manager Kevin Towers said, "Moo-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha." All right, this brings us to the tweet of the week. This one is a 2-parter courtesy of D-backs pitcher Brandon McCarthy. I was looking at a Baseball America headline that says something about a high school outfielder trying to overcome baseball's unusual scouting bias against redheads. So what does McCarthy tweet? He says, "Everyone thinks MLB clubhouses are homophobic, and they couldn't be more wrong. But our attitudes towards redheads? Ooh, boy." Yeah, I just thought that was funny, and McCarthy, who's pretty good on Twitter, gets the tweet of the week. So that's going to do it for this edition of Adam's Sports Show. Thanks for watching. We'll do this again next week, right here on ArizonaSports.com.